Hi everyone, welcome back. It's Nia. I'm here to talk to you about the portfolio components and the requirements for National Board Certification. First, there are 4 components that are required in your portfolio. The component 1 is a computer-based assessment. It tests your content and pedagogical knowledge. Component 2 is a classroom-based written entry about differentiation of instruction. Component 3 is a classroom-based written entry as well with 2 video samples. This looks at your teaching practice and learning environment. And component 4 is a classroom-based written entry showing that you are an effective and reflective practitioner. So those are the 4 components required for a National Board Certification. Let's look a little bit more closely at each component. Component 1 is your knowledge of your content and your pedagogical knowledge. There's 4 parts to this component. The first part is a multiple choice section and then 3 constructed response sections. You have 30 minutes for each section, and each section will be graded separately and also can be retaken separately should you need to. Components 2, 3, and 4 are all written entries. They show a variety of your skills as a teacher. There are writing prompts for the written portion, and the writing is different than the writing you're accustomed to perhaps in grad school because you're writing from prompts, you're answering questions, you have a limited amount of space for the amount of information that you are expected to cover. And when you're looking to respond to these prompts, we're looking for you to describe, deeply analyze, and reflect upon who your students are, upon your planning, your delivery of instruction, your student work analysis, and then a reflection. So component 2 is looking at your differentiation in instruction. In this component, depending on your certificate area, you will be choosing 1 focal student or maybe a small number of focal students, and you'll also have an analysis of student work. The student work is also submitted with that written component. Component 3 is teaching practice and learning environment. There are 2 video submissions within this component, as well as a written entry. In this entry, you show a range of content coverage. For example, in literacy, you're showing your instruction in writing as well as instruction in reading. And then you'll also show different instructional approaches, for example, small group versus whole group. Then finally, component 4 is showing that you are an effective and reflective practitioner. In this component, you will use a variety of assessment data to show how you know your students and how you make choices in instruction based on those pieces of assessment data. And then you also show how you're a learner and leader in addressing student and professional needs. So just some details about the portfolio and the portfolio requirements. The portfolio, all 4 components can be completed over 1, 2, or 3 years. The cost per component is $475. This is considered to be an investment. There are many benefits that we'll go over in the next video. So this is an investment for these benefits. There's also a $75 annual registration fee, and that will be paid yearly. Finally, your components are submitted in the spring, and your component 1 is completed around April to June, and you'll get your scores for your components in the following December. Okay, so that was a little bit about the portfolio components and the requirements. In our next video, we'll go over the time commitment, work commitment, as well as the benefits and the supports available to you. All right, see you soon. Thank you.